Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully, sound is back. Hopefully. It looks like it's appearing on here now. I smacked my microphone on the first session that I started, and lo and behold, boom, the sound went out. So I'm going to be very careful. I see the little dots moving, so I think we are here. Hey, Cynthia, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me now? Give me a little thumbs up. Hopefully. Yay! So you can hear me, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, very good. Thank you, Mahipus Ruby. All right. So I did screenshot the chat of the first session because this only happened one other time before, and I lost everything, and everything had to start back over. But I have it. I will go in order of that chat, and then I'll jump into this chat. So you don't have to put your questions if you put a question on the last chat. So hopefully everyone will do that. So we left off with Lucky Stars. Thank you so much for your donation. Ah, so maybe that's a message, There's been an interruption, but things are moving again for you. Because we had left off with the Ten of Pentacles that you have been on this wonderful journey of really looking inward, and now it's making its way to the outside world. And then we went into here before I smacked the microphone. And actually, I need to smooth this over a little bit. I'm afraid to touch anything. Uh, so you have the Knight of Swords, which the Knight of Swords is this journey. They all go on a quest for wisdom, for looking, for this Ace of Swords, which gives you a higher perspective in life. It's from a place of unconditional love, capital T truths, which allow you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you. And I feel like you've been on this journey of, your worth and how it's related to the outside world. And that's why this abundance has been changing from the inside and really flowing to the outside. And you got the Three of Wands here, which shows that you are in such a great quest for this, and you have been successfully cutting away limiting beliefs about yourself in a variety of places in life, which is allowing you to move into this new place of the Three of Wands, which is changing direction. When you had beliefs that you had before, you were, going this direction. But now there's like this switch up where you're going and you're purposely going to, go in a whole different place, which is represented here. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which normally would be a patience card of like, oh my God, it's been taking forever for the fruit to grow on the tree, right? For things to come to fruition and to, you know, come to this harvest that we have here. But I like this that you have the Ten of Wands, which is transformation of your energy, and Ten of Pentacles, which is the change of things in your outside world. So you definitely have this wonderful switch up that's happening. And it's like the butterflies coming out of the cocoon now, because you have two butterflies here, two huge things of transformation that are happening. So I do like this for you. You definitely have this you're investing your energy in a different way. That Three of Wands is changing direction. The Ten of Wands really reinforces that too, where you have been um, like previously, you were focusing on so many things. It's like they show me like a checkerboard, right? Where you have, and I know I think there's more than 10, but it's like you have 10 checkers, and if you move all of them ahead one, you're not making a whole lot of progress. You don't feel like you're going places. But with this transformation, with this looking into your worth and how you relate it to the outside world, you were starting to see how you're investing energy in things that just don't serve you, that don't move you forward. And so you're like busting them away, and you're focusing on one that goes ahead 10, you know, instead of 10 pieces going one space, you're doing one really super focused in your life on like one thing, and you're going to hit 10 spaces instead. So I like this change up, this transformation that's happening with all of this for you. And I really like it. And I also want to pull a Whispers of the Lord Ganesha card here for you. Because they are the remover of obstacles, and I feel like they've done that here. And you've got, yep, steadfastness. So you've got card number 32. Beautiful, beautiful card here. And let's see what message they bring in here for you as well. Yeah. Excuse me. Do not waver back and forth or be moved by the circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Be focused on your purpose and unwilling to be swayed by what other people think or by what you perceive. Ganesha heartens you by revealing that when you know your effort is not futile, you will be steadfast and immovable. This seems to be a major stumbling block in your life at this time, where I feel like it was, and this is what's being removed, allowing you to move forward. Perhaps your current job gives little recognition with no real sense of accomplishment or success. You may feel unheard in your relationships. Possibly the error lies in the fact that in your heart, you really feel your struggle is hopeless. You may recognize it on an intellectual level, but you are easily shaken when you do not see the fruit of your exertion. Yeah, I feel like this is where you were coming from. That Seven of Pentacles is like, when is the fruit going to arrive? And it says Ganesha is pictured here riding the elephant to engage you in the energy of the elephant spirit. Elephants can teach you that kindness, dedication, and communication in relationships is very powerful. They remind you that it is necessary to keep relationships alive, trusting, and loving, whether the relationship is with friends, family, or partner. Deeply faithful to all creatures with which they have relationships, elephants are tough when protecting others and gentle when nurturing them. The matriarch, the oldest, most experienced female leader of a herd, leads in a way that is both gentle and inclusive. Elephants are able to communicate telepathically. When you draw this card, your ability to truly listen to others is enhanced. Do whatever is necessary to safeguard your resolve. You are receiving guidance that this is the time to dig in. Remain focused and don't get caught up in trying to create a change. The energy in your job or relationship is ever changing. So ask Ganesha to bring you the strength to work through what is happening. Stay committed and on track. Do not give up, as change will show up soon and the situation will be transformed. I like it. So definitely some great picture. I love elephants too. They're so majestic. So I love that they came in here for you. So that is what they have for you, Lucky Stars. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right. And then also I didn't bring back up my email here. Because I had to reboot my entire computer. All right, let me just make sure here I don't have any other donations, and we'll go into, nope, all right. Looking good there, looking good there. And so for everyone that is rejoining, my sound went out because I smacked my microphone, but I did screenshot the chat from the previous session, and I am still going to honor that and go in that order. And then I'll jump into this chat. So if you don't need to re-put your question if you had a question in the other chat. Or if you want to make sure, you can put it here. I'm going to try to keep it up here as I go through and try not to duplicate. But, I'm old. I'm not old. I'm young. I'm eternal, right? All right. So thank you again for your donation, Lucky Stars. And we will jump back into where we were at in order before things went crazy. And uh, we left off on Angel Bliss would have been next in the previous one. And you want to know, does MS like you? So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know here. Wow, cards just came flying out really fast here. So you've got two sets. The first one is the Four of Cups here, and the Four of Cups shows me that they do like you in a different way than they have liked other people in the past. The Four of Cups shows us they were bored with the old ways of feeling about people. The individuals that they had interacted with were really they just didn't do anything for them. They just got bored very quickly, quite honestly. And then the other set of cards here has the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, and what they really this is like a feeling of abandonment and being left out in the cold. And the Six of Wands is about being seen and being recognized. And so this is the energy they feel around you. Like um, I know it sounds it sounds kind of weird, but it's so true in our human life, our human characters. When someone pays attention to me and shows, really um, like recognizes things about you, you're like, I feel like with you toward them, you're like, hey, I really like how you do that, or wow, you look great today, or blah blah blah. Like you pay attention to them that way, and it made them go, wow, I don't feel abandoned, left out in the cold. You make me feel seen, and they like that about you. So it almost feels like, well, that's not about me. You just like how I make you feel, which is most humans in the beginning anyway, right? So I feel like that's what's really on their mind now is like they like how you make them feel about themselves. So that's what they have right now, Angel Bliss. I know, right? It's like, okay, well, that's interesting. So, all right. That's what we have. So many blessings to you, Angel Bliss. So that's the answer for right now. All right, Rose, you'd like a spiritual message or a spirit message, spiritual. So you were up here. All right. What else? All right. So your first card is the Seven of Pentacles, which does show that it's usually what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. But for you, I feel like you have been very patient. You've been waiting for things to grow. And you've been doing a lot of reflection during this period too. The moon does show diving deep into your subconscious, your unconscious, looking at your reflection, really connecting with your emotions. And I feel like the fruit of your labor, we'll say, it is coming. You know, the when we're growing something, we plant a seed and then it busts out. The little seedling busts out of the seed and it eventually reaches the surface and breaks the surface, and then it turns into a trunk, and then it grows branches, and then it grows leaves, and then it grows blossoms, and then fruit. Well, I feel like you're at the blossoming stage where you've seen the blossoms, which means the fruit is not far away. And so they really want you to know that, persevere. It's kind of like with Lucky Stars. Persevere. You are going to be making this, you're going to be seeing the fruit very, very, very soon. So hang in there. Don't, don't feel like it's a waste, and that you're like, oh, I'm just going to give up on this. Continue to do it. They are very, very, very um, reinforcing you that they are um, going to be showing you the fruit very soon. So I like it. I love this inner journey that you've been going on. I just feel like like a lotus flower. You've been through the mud, it's making its way, it's breaking the surface, and it's about to bloom. And I like it. So that's what they have for you, Rose. A rose lotus. So many blessings to you. All right. So Divya, you'll be the next free reading up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Jaded Kate, for your donation. And you'd like to know Tom's current thoughts and feelings for you. Let's take a look here. I did want that one and those two. All right. Let's see what's going on with Tom. His current feelings. All right. Well, let's take a look here. What is all this other? Wow. Okay. So we've got the Tower card here and the Magician card. A lot of energy going on here because the Tower card does have this, it's endings and new beginnings, things being removed out to allow space for things to be moved in. And their current thoughts and feelings for you, I just feel like there's this significant change that's happening here because the Magician card does connect them to this higher place, does connect them to their power of whatever they're focusing on is growing, but there's things that are being moved out instead as well. You're drinking stout and eating chocolate. Hey, there you go. Is that what he's doing there too? But there is this wonderful, wonderful transformation. Yeah, I mean, like it's like there's this. I feel like things are being flipped upside down, and there's this energy that's coming in here. So I don't feel like it's like they're being removed out of your life and that type of thing. I just feel like they are being thrown for a loop because the Hierophant here is turning them inward, turning them deep into it's like they're being sparked to understand what is it that they truly want. Because the Magician card is like the manifesting card. It's almost like finding a Aladdin's a lamp and they rubbing it. It's a mini genie because they have one wish and it's like, well, what is the wish that you want to make? And they're like, I don't know. I really want to dive in and find out. And here's the Ouija board they're asking and really diving into trying to find out what they want in their life because amongst everything else, I feel like their life has been having these major switches with that Tower card. They're having these major things that are happening, this conflict that's happening, that's really having them question. Well, I got to decide what I want because uh, things decisions have to be made, things have to be recovered or let go, and it's like I have to decide, and so they're really on this super reflective type of journey here because we have the Five of Wands here, which I like this one. So there's what feels like conflict has started, and they're like, they need to move the match away from the box, or things are about to blow up, and that's that five that they're going through here with the Hierophant too. They're having this, okay, I've got to make a decision, or everything's going to go up in flames. The Sun card coming in here too, a lot of fire, a lot of stuff happening here, and the it's also Leo energy, which is excuse me, about them really diving deep into their unconscious and their subconscious. Yeah, some pretty awesome heavy energy though, because it's like this is a pivotal point in their life where things um, switch and change because some things that they were wanting to, you know, use to determine their overall success and worth, the tower blown up and taken out. Now they're like, well, now I feel empty. It's like their table of their worth had everything taken off of it, and now they're determining what they're going to put back on it. And they haven't had this type of opportunity in their life before. I feel like they've always put everything on the table that everyone, that they feared being punished by or losing their praise, they were putting all this stuff on the table. And so they were trying to be what everyone else wanted them to be. But whatever this is, this big that happened, it just knocked everything off. And now they're like, well, what am I going to put on the table? And then now this is this huge, um, thing. I know, right? Anything to do with you? Well, you're one of the pieces, right? That they're looking at going, do I want to, what am I going to put back on my table? Is this someone that I'm going to put back on the table? But there's so much going on that it just, I feel like they feel overwhelmed and they're just trying to get in to find out what they're wanting to focus on. So, yeah, it's pretty heavy, but it's such a transformational time for it. So, only thing you can do is just send them unconditional love and say, enjoy the journey, Tom, because you're having a one of those epiphany type of you know huge um, like on a timeline where there's these huge dots where there's significant things that happen. There's a lot of small dots, but there's these huge dots where significant things happen in their life. This is a huge dot for them right now. So you're just like, okay, well, we'll see if I make the cut, if I'm supposed to be in their life still. And if not, yeah, yeah. So if not, then know that, like the tower card for you is people and situations and things are moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose. Nothing ever happens willy nilly. It happens significantly to make space in your life for something or to move something out of your path to make it more, to have you move forward and more in alignment with where you're wanting to head to. So if you don't get put on the table, then you're like, okay, I was kept off the table for a reason, and now I'm going to go this way. So I like it. I know. So that's what they have for you, Jaded Kate. Thank you again for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right, so we'll continue. I don't think I have any other donations. Let me just make sure here. Scroll up a little bit. No. Okay, good. So I haven't missed anyone. We're going back to the old chat in the session one. So the next person up after Rose was Divya Agarwal. The last live, yeah, for those of you that are joining, I hit my microphone and the sound went out and it wouldn't come back. So I had to reboot and come back. I did screenshot the chat from the first session, and I'm honoring that, going down that. Once I complete that, then I'll come into this session's chat and go down that list. So it happened once before and I didn't capture the chat, and I came back and everything was gone. I was like, no. So I made sure to screenshot it this time before I rebooted. So you turn your frown upside down, LA. If you had a comment in the last one, you didn't lose your place in line. It's like how like in a grocery store when everyone's lined up and they open another checker, and everyone they're like people who are waiting in line. That's like new people like, wait, I've been waiting. I love how people will go, I'll take the next in line, and that's the way it is here. So I like it. All right, so moving on, and that's good for anyone else that's joined too. So Divya, when will you get married? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. So those two together. Let's see what we have here. I know. Well, you have the Hanged Man. I know. The Hanged Man is about timing, and it's like a cocoon. It takes time for things to unfold. If it's like a butterfly that's in a cocoon, it takes a lot of time for things to unfold. And so there's this pause that they're having, and they're really letting you know around timing. They're like, well, time is paused right now. It's in slow motion, and they're letting you know here that things speed up here as you look into this, because time around marriage is being held because they're having you with the 10 of swords here. And here's the, the moth that comes out of a cocoon, right? um, it's your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around marriage that is this is the time for you to question that and to understand, why is it I believe that this is how I need to be in a marriage and who this person needs to be, and this is how the marriage unfolds. And so there's a lot of questioning and reflection that they're having you do around that. What fears do you have around marriage or not having marriage, or anything around it? What will people think? What if they aren't happy? What if I'm not happy? What if they're not happy? What if the families aren't happy? What if, so many fears. They want you to look at this. The Ten of Swords is transformational. And the Chariot card does show victory, does show movement, but movement starts back up after you do this reflection. The more energy and time you look into this, and of course, part of this is you looking at your self love and growing that, the faster things move. This is the Power of Choice card, too, which works very well with the Ten of Swords, because you're realizing that every moment is a choice, a story, the thoughts and beliefs, what story we apply to something, what emotion we choose, and what energy we're investing. We're either investing in and doing all this in love, towards the fears of losing conditional love. So if we have a story of fear or an emotion of fear or energy of fear, we're growing that. And that's what slows things down. It brings down our vibrational energy of love. But if you focus on thoughts of unconditional love, emotions of unconditional love, and energy towards what you're grateful for and what you do want in your life, instead of, if we focus in on lack, the lack grows, and that's what slows things down. When we focus on gratitude and our self love, then that speeds things up. So the when is really in your hands quite a bit, and they're going to have this, whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And so they're having you look into your fears, because that's what transforms things. So that is what they have for you, Divya Agarwal. So hang in there. I know we wanted a date, but there's such a fluctuation. Our free will allows ranges. And right now, they don't want you to focus on a date. They want you to focus on your fears around it to transform things. So that is what they have. All right. So many blessings for you there. Princess Pinky, you were up next in the previous chat. So for those of you that have joined in, my sound quit, so I had to restart, but I did capture the previous chat, and I'm honoring that. So Princess Pinky wanted to know, do you already know, or have you met your future spouse, and how will they be? All right, so we'll pull two cards. One is, have you met them? And the other is, how they will be. So have you met them? You have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords represents like communication. Swords are thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, but it's also around communication. And I feel like that would be a no, not yet. You don't know them yet, because I feel like there's been something that has been interfering with the communication coming in. So I feel like there's like spirit has been going, no, not yet. They've been keeping things from you meeting yet, because they're wanting you to, oh yeah, because they're wanting you. I just had this Ten of Swords and came flying out again, because they're wanting you to focus on your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that you have around spouse and marriage. I think this comes up for you because there's this when we have so many expectations and so many fears around marriage and relationships and all that, all the stuff we've been giving, all these rules and thoughts and we have so many, and they can be in the subconscious too. We could have all this stuff, So really, I feel like they're saying that what they are working through is the same thing with you. You know, they're releasing themselves from a lot of roles and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos because they want to live, not to survive all these rules. And so um, the piece of this for you is for you to look at, you know, what are all these rules? What are all these things? If you can do any kind of subconscious writing and diving and going, what do I fear around marriage and dating and spouse and all this get together? And why is it there? What's going on there, right? Let's take a look and find out what's going on down deep in there. So that's what they're having you focus on right now, you know, because they're like, the important piece is the energy invested in releasing yourself from that because that allows things to, you know, come closer to each other, because otherwise these fears have your love energy at a lower vibration and you're not attracting each other. That's where the static is happening. They're trying to clear that static so that you can come together and meet, and they don't want you to meet until there's less expectations on both sides. Otherwise it just feels like a trap, like a cage, instead of what you both have intentions for. So that's what they have for you, Princess speaking. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for your donation. I do see it coming through here on the Cash App. So thank you. And let me take a look here. I think you had here. Yeah, you asked a question on the previous one. You want to know the current energy on if you're pregnant from Eric the Leo. I think, was there anything else? I think you might have asked a question up above too. If I saw that, let me just make sure here. You were cooking. Oh, good. You're cooking for your kids. I was like, you're cooking your kids. I'm like, okay. Let me just see. I think that was it there. Okay, so that was your question. So Cynthia, we will take care of that here. So current energies on pregnancy from the Leo. And let me just make sure I don't lose my spot up here. There we go. All right, let's take a look and see what we got going on. What is going on with the Leo? That one. All right, let's see what we have. Yeah. So you have the Two of Wands here, which you know, is fire energy, but it is this power of choice. There is this energy of like, what are you focusing your energy on around this situation, right? And so it's almost like there's this choice to make that the energy around this. I still feel like, because I remember you got the Queen of Pentacles, which was um, that the spirit was saying like, yes, that you did have that. You have this wonderful birth that's growing within you. And I feel like the energy here is now an energy of choice. Like, what am I going to focus on? I'm not sure, you know, because here's this emotional confusion with the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Wands, which also is about this, you know, block, this energy block that's happening here. That's just keeping things from moving forward. I feel like this is like a swirl of emotion, but there's no movement in it. The Nine of Wands is this turning inward. The nine is the hermit's journey. And so it's really stepping into your inner power as well. So I feel like there's a block that's going on inside you here. Yeah. And you have the Knight of Wands too. So this is fire and movement, energy that's moving within. But you're also on a quest to step into your power. So you got the Two of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and now the Knight of Wands. And I feel like you're waiting on this communication. The Ace of Wands can be like seeing things from a different perspective, etc. But I really feel like you are wanting really a lot of energy is being invested in wanting to have this communication, right? And I know like it hasn't been enough time for you to confirm anything yet, but I feel like there's a lot of energy being invested in just wanting this communication with them, and all this fire energy here. I just there's just a lot of confusion going on here, and it just feels like you're I don't want to say aimless, but let me get the Queen of Pentacles. So as I was talking about, it's like, here we go, the Queen of Pentacles, new birth, um, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture coming in here. So I feel like they're confirming here with that Queen of Pentacles that there's a little Leo building up inside you. But there's so much that's going on around you that I feel like they really want you with this Two of Wands to really decide for yourself, your energy. What do you want to focus your energy on, with growth, right? Do you want to focus on gratitude and expand, what you do want in your life? And when you're focusing on what you're missing, what's in your life that you don't want, or what you fear will leave or come into your life, all that energy grows that. So all this wand energy is having you look back to what is it, not giving your power away to anyone else, but you get to decide for you that you don't, whatever you focus on is what grows. Like attracts like. And so whatever your energy is focusing on is what grows and expands within your life. But they reiterated here with the Queen of Pentacles again that there's birth happening. So I know that doesn't, bring a lot of super clarity, but it tells you the energy that's going on, right? There's just a lot of emotional confusion and a lot of uh, energy being all over the place, and they're just having you realize it comes down to a choice each moment of where you're investing your energy. You're focusing on fear or you're focusing on unconditional love. Neither's right, neither's wrong. They just bring different things for you. Focusing on fear makes you feel restricted, small, anxiety, all these emotions related to fear. Or the unconditional love is expansive, warm, huge, empowered. Fear makes us feel powerless. Unconditional love, focus on that energy, makes us feel empowered and brings growth that way. So that's what they have for you, Cynthia. So hang in there, sending you lots of love. And again, thank you for your donation. All right, Dune, you are up next for the next donation. And so you promoted your ebook even more. All right, let's take a look here. And let's see, what does Spirit want you to know? What will be the outcome of the additional promotion? Okay. What else? All right. Well, you do have the Two of Pentacles, which is things balancing out in the outside world. But you have the Three of Pentacles too. And normally this is like staying true to your authentic self, not looking to try to please other people. Like, what will people think, or will I lose people's praise? There's this balancing out. And I thought for sure we're going to get like a 4 or 5 and 6 because it really felt like that type of energy. Like, it's going to take time for things to, grow and unfold here. We do have the Knight of Swords, which is a faster moving knight than the Knight of Pentacles would have been. But there is still this, the swords are about communication. And I feel like there will be the movement of communication. It just takes time for it to build. and for fruition to come. But you do end up with the Ace of Wands, which is new passion, new drive, new excitement. But also, I feel like there's this the whole process that's happening is coming down to your energy, your power. The Knight of Wands is the search for higher understanding, and uh, the Ace of Wands is kind of like we were just talking about with Cynthia. It's whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. Like attracts like. So when we focus on what we're grateful for, that's already happening, then things just automatically unfold and get bigger and bigger because the energy of gratitude brings us more things to be grateful for. But if we're focusing on, like, I'm not selling as much of the book as I want, or it's not being as read as much, and we're focusing on the lack, our energy grows that for us in our life, for us to realize, ooh, I can step into my power. We can say, every moment of every day, my abundance expands, and I'm grateful for that. And whatever energy we're focusing and speaking and thinking, and especially feeling, like, what do we picture in our mind? It's like, oh, it's not selling, or I'm grateful. I can see that it's selling. It's reaching the people it is meant to reach, and I'm so grateful. Then we see it happen. So I feel like it's slow growing, but it happens, on purpose for us that way, um, so that we can face our uh, energy and our understanding where the lack is coming in, our focus on lack instead of our focusing on gratitude. So that's what they have for you right now, Dune. So hang in there. I know, you know, when things don't turn out the way that we had expected them to, we wanted it to be a bestseller. I know every human wants to do something that just boom, and then it's like, well, there's a different journey for you right now. So, not to say that it won't ever happen. It's just right now, it's enjoying and focusing on your energy on what you want to expand. As we said, like attracts like. So that's what they have for you, Dune. Many blessings again. Thank you for your donation. And Elisa, thank you for your donation. And the question is below. So, current and prospective energies between F and U, you feel there's a bit of an impasse, and you wonder if you'll overcome it. Both Geminis. Well, there you go. Uh, which the twins aren't matching up, right? It's like the twins are opposing instead of aligning. So let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know. All right, what do you want you to know? Current and prospective energy. So that's current, and this is perspective. Anything else about perspective? Okay, they do want the bottom one. So let's take a look here. All right. All right. Well, I like it. I do see that it does switch up and change here for you. The current energies here, you've got the Seven of Cups, which the Seven of Cups is emotional confusion, just a whirlwind of emotion that's happening, and that's where the energies are kind of off. The Queen of Pentacles is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and so they're saying here that what is happening here is both of you are being turned inward, because the Queen of Pentacles, is about nurturing yourself, and this love, that all these swirling of all these emotions, that as you connect inward and you give yourself the love you're looking for, that that changes things. You can't change and help them with their emotions and whatever's going on with them. You can only return that energy back to you, and like, you get to go up your own ladder. You can't make them climb the ladder, themselves. You can only take the steps you need to take, and let your um, any fears or any need to control and help them do what you think they're supposed to do. Let go. Focus in on you. because we also have the Page of Pentacles, which is about looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So as you're looking and focusing on you and what you want to transform within you, what you would like to release within you, then that opens up new opportunity and opens up new energy that comes in for you guys. Because then I feel it's like the releasing of expectations, the releasing of this supposed to's and shoulds and need to's really let things open up, because the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight. So like it goes from 0 to 60 and things start to flow. And the Fool card is going off on a new adventure, free of a lot of the pressures and stuff that you guys had before. So I feel like there's this, the emotional confusion comes in when we're in fear, the human, when our little child self feels unsafe or out of control, we go into mental and emotional confusion because we're not in our rational, human mind that's intelligent and full of compassion and love. It's in self-preservation mode, and so we have this confusion that kicks in. So as you take a deep breath and just step back and go, you know what, I can't control any of their emotions, their thoughts, their energy. I can only control my own. So what do I want to look at for me? What am I fearing? And as those then clarity comes back to mind and to heart, and it allows you to release these fears, that allows things to go through. So the impasse would be fear that is coming up within there, and you can't help them with their fears. We can make it easier or harder for people to choose love, unconditional love, or fear, but we can't. Ultimately, everyone makes their own choice. You can give someone the world, they can still choose to be unhappy. So it's all about looking inward and looking at your own self right now. That's what clears things up. The clog happens for us, so that it's like everything just kind of stops up, and we're like, okay, what am I supposed to look at here? When there's show me a sink clogging up and the water won't move, and you're like, oh, I can see my reflection in this water in this clog right now. And so now I get to look at that. And as soon as you do, it clears, and then things move and flow. So interesting. But that's what they have for you, Elisa. So hang in there. Definitely, Gemini, you guys are doing your thinking, right? So, but that's what they have for you. Again, thank you for your donation. Hey, VD, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. And want to know, why are you so underconfident and underestimate yourself that you're not able to take first steps towards anything? Become lazy and scared and then just don't do anything. Well, yeah, the procrastination is rooted in fear. So you're nailing it right there. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know. Okay. All right. So we do have here, so you have the Four of Cups, you have the Six of Wands, and you have the Star card. So the reason of the fears, of course, so the Four of Cups has shown you that the things that you've been told about in the past that were supposed to make you feel fulfilled and overflowing and satisfied and excited about life, you drank of cups and they just, you're like, this didn't live up to the advertisement at all. It made me feel very empty. And I feel like there's a lot of this emotional disappointment that's in the subconscious, that's there, that's saying, you know, um, it's not, you can't trust those things of the outside world, right? And you have the Six of Wands coming in here, which the Six of Wands represents recognition. It's the energy of passion and drive and inspiration. And the um, part of the fire not being there has to do with where we're looking at recognition from. We're drawn to the outside world, and that's one of the cups that is disappointing. Is in the outside world when we do stuff and we're like, I did this and this and this and this, and we're like, where's the parade that we are told that we will get when I do all this stuff? And you're like, there's no parade. You got a $2 gift card for Starbucks instead. And you're like, what? And so the recognition we get from the outside world leaves us very wanting. And so the combination of those two has to do with what the intentions are. You know, when we have, um, when we're trying to live up to what everyone says we're supposed to live up to, and that this is what we'll get when we do it, then we wake up going, oh, yay, I get to go live my dream today, because it's not our dream. It's a dream that other people have given us. When it is your dream, yeah, yeah. So you probably do have a memory when you were younger of feeling, ah, the world is everything is possible and da 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 da. And then everyone else goes, no, 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 this is what you need to do with your life. This is how you're supposed to do it. This is where everything happens. This is your dream. And you're like, oh, okay. It's like, I want to be an opera singer. And they're like, oh, no, you can't. There's no one ever that's been able to do that, from around here or whatever. You just need to have a more reasonable dream. Psh, they popped your balloon, they popped your dream. Because what's coming through of all this here with the star card, this is wishing upon a star. And what I feel through all this is that when you are truly living your dream, when it's your dream that you're living, you don't wake up in the morning going, oh crap, I got to go live my dream today. You wake up early, you're excited about what's next. And that's where, um, the underconfidence and the underestimating yourself and the not wanting to take a step forward and all that means that it's not your dream, it's someone else's. Because when it's your dream, you just you're like, I feel ugly not living my dream and I want to go do it. Everything becomes uh boring compared to you living your dream. You're just like, it feels like a waste of energy doing all this other stuff, like working another job. Eventually it's just like, why, that's what happened with me with being in a corporate life for you know, at one place almost over 20 years, the last place I was at. And I'm like, when COVID hit, I'm like, what am I waiting for to live my dream? To die? You know, what am I afraid of? And I'm like, nothing. I'm going to do whatever it takes to live my dream because I am sick and tired of running on the rat race wheel. I am not living, I'm existing. And this is this place you're in where you're just like, I don't feel like it's laziness. I just feel like it's emptiness because it's not your dream. Um, and you're going to find out what your dream is, because you also have the Four of Swords and the Eight of Wands. All this energy that you're investing in trying to live up to expectations that have been given you all your life. The Three of Swords, you're putting it to rest, you're burying it, because the fourth sword is you connecting to the capital T truths. You're really getting into your high heart and understanding what it is that you want to do. How do you uniquely want to express your unconditional love to the world? And when you do that, this Eight of Wands is all this passion and this energy that just comes flooding in, where you realize, oh my gosh, it's 2 in the morning, and I didn't even realize it because you were working on something towards your dream, rather than going, like I said, when you're not living your dream, you're just like, ugh, All right, let me try to get the energy going to go do it. That's how you know it's not for you in that moment. So I really feel like the journey that this adventure that you're on is discovering what is it that I want to do? How do I want to uniquely? Not what I've been told, like, well, this is the normal thing to do. If I'm going to be spiritual or this or that, this is how it has to be. It's like, it just when a has to or a should or a need to or all that expectation kicks in, it just sucks the air out of our dream because then it's like, oh, okay, well, this is what I need to do, and it becomes work rather than living a dream. And I feel like this is what your journey on right now. So hopefully that helps. You know, so if you remember back to when you felt very jolly, what was it? What was it that you were wanting to do or what you were headed to do? And was it true? Was it true happiness? Sometimes we have happiness too. Of I did, I checked off 5 things off the list that everyone wants me to do. And so I felt good because I was expecting a parade and I got a $2 gift card from Starbucks, and you're like, oh, well, sometimes there's a little joy that comes in when we feel like we're meeting expectations and we're lovable by conditions. And then, you know, but hopefully that helped, VD. So hang in there, look into your heart, find what it is that truly makes your heart sing, what you want to do to live. Yeah. Yeah. Our comfort zone. Yeah. Our comfort zone becomes uncomfortable at some point when we're wanting to live our dream. But finding your dream and finding out what it really is, it will quickly go to where you just can't stand not taking steps towards your dream, and the fear goes away because you're like, I don't want to live like this anymore. And I have nothing to lose. I'm going to live my dream if it kills me. And that is the energy that comes in. So if you're not to that point yet, I feel like you're still trying to find your dream, though, your true dream. What is it that really would make my heart sing and feel joyful? And then you're like, I just can't stand not being that, and I'm going to do it. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you, VD. All right, I think that is all the donations. Let me just make sure I don't want to miss anyone. Nope, that is it. So we will return back to the previous chat. And Anya Ahuya is up next. You want to know what's happening for you next week? So let's take a look here. All right. All right. Well, you do have this change of mindset coming in here because you've got the 5 of Swords to the 6 of Swords. So where there was conflict before in some communication, there is movement out of some choppy waters to some calmer waters. So if you've had any conflict with someone um, that had been rising up, it does move. There is a movement within that. You have the 4 of Cups, which brings in emotional stability. So I really feel like whatever this was, that was emotionally upheaval. There's a calmness that comes in next week. Um, Someone apologizes, or you guys make each other laugh, or something where it's like, okay, the battle is over. Let's have peace talks, and let's come to let's meet each other in the middle, or at least middle-ish, and okay, and things just, you move beyond the conflict. So whatever that is, um, that's what's unfolding next week. So I like it. All right, so Star Girl, you are up next. You're like a general for the coming days. Let's see what you have here. All right. So you had the Ace of Pentacles come out first, which has to do with, some new opportunities that are coming up for you. But it is about looking at your worth in relation to the outside world in a different way. Ah, grasshopper. And the Hierophant here is this inner journey, finding what it is your capital T truth is. Like, who do you want to be? What do you want to do? And I feel like the next coming days, you just really have this desire to just really like grab a notebook, grab a coffee or a tea or something, and just to go away from everything and just reflect and go, what is it that I really want? I just feel like there's this nudge inward where they're like, just get away from everything and clear your mind, clear your head, and kind of have a reboot and go, what is it that I want? And I feel like this is what they're nudging you to do here, because it is this um, an important time of change for you. The Hierophant, the number five being with a major arcana, is a huge number of change and transformation. And I feel like it is a time for you to, not like it's a midlife crisis, but you're just like, you know what? I just feel like my energy is waning, and the my excitement for life is pooping out, and I'm ready just to go, what is it? What do I want? What's next for me? What do I want? What's my big goal? I just feel like there's this reflective time coming in here for you. And that's what they want you to know, Star Girl. So do that, do it. Grab that and head out. All right, let me just scoot this over so I can see the entire question here. Let me move this over a little bit. There we go. So, many blessings to you, Star Girl. I'm excited. What's this journey going to bring you? All right. So, Wonderland, you were up next in the previous chat. So, hello, hello. Lots of changes are happening in your life. So, what will happen after this ends? After your life ends? Well, I'm just kidding. You are welcome. Um, so, after these changes, after this storm clears, what does Spirit want you to know? All right. Well, it looks like joy and celebration. Both of these cards represent connecting with spirit. This one here is your human self connecting to your higher self. And the Three of Cups, beyond the celebration and joy, which you will feel after the changes have happened, right? This also is a special card about your posse and your support team. So I feel like they're saying you know, what you can do during this time of a lot of change is take a deep breath and take a step back and really connect in with your higher self, which connects to your guardian angel and your angels and your spirit guides and your ancestors and unicorns and fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. They're like, we don't meddle in your life unless you ask us to, of your own free will here, because um, we wanted to come down here like, now leave me alone. Just do what I've asked you to do when I come down here, but leave me alone the rest of the time. I want to do this on my own. And they're like, okay, but if you ever need help, we're here. You're like, okay. It's like a little 2-year-old wanting to pour milk on their cereal for the first time. You're like, well, we do want you to learn to do that on your own. And if this is the day you are choosing to want to do that, we'll go get the mop, we'll go get the paper towels, we'll get ready for the cleanup. But if you need help while you're pouring, let us know. And of course, big pitcher of milk, and they're like, whoa, help. They'll grab it and they'll help and they'll give you guidance. And so they're basically saying that through these changes, definitely reach out to your higher self, connect inward and upward, connect to your spiritual support team, because you have a huge, massive support team always around you. And so while you're going through this, connect. And then what will happen after this end? You're going to have this wonderful connection that you're like, I'm going to talk to you guys all the time. I'm going to daily ask you, come in and meddle in my life, bring me messages, bring me clarifications, bring me validation of things, so that I know that I'm experiencing what I want to experience, or it can be easier or harder, by how much we ask them for assistance. So I like that for you, Wonderland. So that's what happens after this. So you have a strong connection to spirit, which then you call upon, making things easier in your life instead of harder, which we like, right? So that is what they have for you. Many blessings for you. And then up next, we have a DT from the first session. I'm still going through that chat. Is Leo your soulmate? Let's take a look here. I don't believe so. We've got the Tower card here, which is going to be about, people are moved out of your life on purpose for a purpose, to make space for something that's more in alignment with your wish fulfillment, which is the Nine of Cups card, your emotional wish fulfillment. They're saying that, no, there's going to be some changes. People are moved out to clear the pathway for you to go forward into something more in alignment with your heart, something that would be more considered a wish fulfillment of your higher heart, not our mind. And our mind has a bunch of wishes and supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's that have been given to us. This, we're talking about your high heart, of the soul partner that you'll have. Everyone is a soulmate that comes into our life. It's a soul with a divine purpose, but some people can be a stepping stone, a learning opportunity that helps us move forward to our soul partner. And I feel like that's more who this Leo is a stepping stone. An experience that you both decided you wanted to have together, but it's not long term. It's just to mirror to each other what you want to see about yourself, to help you prepare and to clear away things to move forward. So that's what they have for you, ADT. So many blessings to you. And up next was Sunshine. So Sunshine, when and how will you get married? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay, that would be the how. I'm sorry, the when. And then the how was the second question. So one card for each. And when will you get married? Well, the Ace of Wands coming in here says, well, that is all up to you. Because the Ace of Wands is whatever we focus our energy on is what grows and expands. It is fast-moving energy, too. So whenever we focus on what we're missing in our life, the missingness grows, and that's what slows down time, because our love energy is a lower vibration because we're focusing on what's missing or what we fear will or won't come in and out of our life, or what's in our life that we don't want. That just drags the energy down, and we track the stuff in, which is like the ball and chain being added to our feet. We're like, oh my gosh, it's so hard to move forward. But when we focus on gratitude and unconditional love and what we do want, and joy and laughter, the things of the higher vibration of love, our vibration goes up. It draws us, like attracts like. So we attract that love in, and things speed up too. So that's why they're saying it's up to you on the when, on how much of that looking within that you're focusing on. Wow. How will you get married? The Four of Wands, the marriage card. Like normal. Yeah. It's going to be joyful. It's a celebration. It feels like they exactly said it, the normal way. So traditional, how you feel it is supposed to unfold is how it unfolds. You have these ways of how you want to get married, and that's exactly what happens. It's a four. It's a very stable energy that comes in that way. So as far as the how, the process, it's whatever is the joyful way that you feel like this is how we should get married. Even though it's an expectation, they're saying that's exactly how it unfolds, is how you expect it to, which is great. Very empowering cards here for you. And I like them for you, Sunshine. So that's what they have for you right now. Many blessings to you. And Leo 1111, we are to you now, and you want to know, will this Cancer sign reach out to you? All right, let's take a look here. All right, let's see what we have here. Well, you do have the Empress card, which does represent new birth, harvest, very positive things. It is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture a little bit too. But with the Ace of Wands come flying out of the deck again, and the Ten of Swords, which is communication, ending and new beginnings of communication. I feel like this would be a yes coming in here for you. Yeah, and 10 plus 1 is 11. Here's your 1111 from your name. If you have that show up a lot. But I definitely, and then all these ones here, it almost looks like another 1111, right? With this one and these. Make it look okay, so I can't do that. But I definitely feel here that that they will reach out to you, because the Ten of Swords, even though it's an ending and a beginning, that beginningness is the new communication coming towards you. So I do feel like it will, Leo. So many blessings to you. Time frame with the Ace of Wands, I feel it's sooner than later, because it feels very active with this ending and this new beginnings, the new beginning, new beginning, new beginning with both of the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Wands feels very like coming here very, very soon. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you, Leo 1111. And Daisy, you are up next. And you say, will you do well on your final upcoming projects and papers in your class? You got 100 on your psychology. Well, congratulations. Gold stars, gold stars. Is that what those are on the end? Gold stars. Very good. I am not surprised, and I'm very happy for you because you're a smarty pants. Let's take a look here. So, yep. So you got the Magician. Whoops. And I feel like you get the Magician card quite a bit, because this is you having your energy, your focus. The ability is definitely there. The King of Cups shows you balancing your heart and mind. So continuing to balance, your passion with your mind. And, the Magician card is like your ability with whatever you focus on with your magic wand is what grows and expands. So as we're always saying that when you stay out of fear and you're not focusing on lack and what you fear will happen, and when you're focusing on gratitude for what has been happening and unfolding, and celebrating and grateful for your amazing brain and abilities, and obviously 100 on a psychology, you have the ability. And so it's not doubting, that's not focusing on the fears, but focusing your energy on gratitude and for what you do want, focusing on joy and laughter and peace, not anxiety and fear about things. It's like let that energy flow towards that, and it's a no-brainer. You'll do fantastic with your upcoming projects and classes because you do have the ability, absolutely. But when we talk about when you go into the cat mind, if you're going to put your cat mind in charge of your projects, they're just going to be bringing in a litter box, going, here, this is what I brought you. What is this cat do? I didn't want this, because when your human mind is in charge, it's going to show all this amazingness, Daisy. So no, I have no doubt that you're going to do very well. Just stay out of fear and you'll be fine because you have the ability. So many, many blessings to you, Daisy. On Maju, you are up next. So who's coming? Your ex or next? And when will you meet and marry? I always like that. What's coming? An ex or next? And when will you meet and marry? Okay. So you have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles, for me, feels like next, not an ex. It feels like it's someone who's bringing you something new that you haven't seen before, haven't experienced before. Someone who's very confident and has a strong sense of who they are. X isn't that way. I mean, that energy is nothing like this King of Pentacles that's coming in for you. So I definitely, see that there for you. And let me see this combination of all these here. Wow. So you've got, even though they're different suits, you've got 3, 4, 5, and 6. Like everything is going to unfold in order, is what they're saying here. You have the 3 of Wands starting off, which is things going off in a different direction than you had formerly, that you had thought, anticipated, but it's you switching directions. It's not, it's being switched for you, because the 4 of Cups is a new love, a different type of love than you had before that comes in. Something that feels a little conflicting in the beginning, but then turns into something very loving. And the 6 of Cups here, or not the 6, this is the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment. 6 of Cups would be X. 9 of Cups is more of a wish fulfillment card that comes forward. So I feel here that they're telling you, they're telling you it's someone new you're going to meet, but with the 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're telling you trust the timing. Things will unfold perfectly in order, and you don't have to worry your little mind about it, which is good for now. So the King of Pentacles is the message for you too, turning inward to find your sense of stability of your worth, not outside world, because the King of Pentacles brings this wisdom that when you define yourself by the outside world, your worth feels very unstable, because relationships, people change or they pass away or walk away. Situations never stay the same, and things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down. So we eventually see the instability of the outside world, and we turn inward and upward to find that stable, very stable, eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. That becomes the foundation of your worth, and then you feel very open, you feel very solid, and the outside world just totally changes for you. So they're like saying the rest of it will take care of itself. You just worry about your little self right now. You just turn inward and find that love inward and upward, and we'll take care of the rest. 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's what they have for you, Maju. They're being funny today for you. So many blessings, much love to you. Hang in there. All right, Angelina, you were up next in the previous chat. So Aquarius's intentions towards you. All right, let's see what's going on here. Wow. So you have the Star card, which is the Aquarius card, and the 2 of Cups. It has to do with this. There is this match, this emotional, connection here. So, this is what is their intentions are. They do like this bond. They do like this significant relationship with you. So they definitely have this in mind here. Now, just know that, Aquarius is, uh, they may not want to do things exactly normal, and that's okay. We're weird. But they do want this partnership, this connection, this important relationship with you. So that's what they have for you right now, Anjali. Alex, you are like 4 more away based on, well, actually probably 3 more away since Cynthia made a donation. So probably about 3 more away. So hang in there. We're getting there. I know you guys don't see the list like I do from the previous chat. So almost there. So Brenda, you are up next. And you had a dream last night of your husband with you and your daughter. What does he want to convey? All right, let's see. What does he want you to know here? Okay. Anything else? Papa-san. Yeah. So we have the 8 of Cups, which This is about leaving behind the emotions that no longer serve you. And I love the way they have this and the colors here too. It's just like letting all the emotions that are, let them flow, let them out, let them go. They've served you, but now it's time to move forward. It's time to let those things go. Because the Eight of Cups, you leave that to go to the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And you're like, well, how do I do that? Well, you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is your drive, your passion, your inspiration. It tells you connect to your higher self. The more you connect to the unconditional love of the upper realm, the more things transform. Because the King of Wands, they have the Ace of Wands, which is the empowerment. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. Whatever messages we have in our mind and our mouth and our thoughts and our actions, whatever we're inundating and focusing on is what we're growing and expanding in our life. So we have fears. If we're fearing what will go in or leave our lives or what's in our life that we don't want, we are growing that and growing that and growing that. And so all this emotion, all this that we're focusing on, transforming that and focusing on what you are grateful for, what you do have in your life, what you do want to bring into your life, and then also, the focusing on unconditional love and laughter and joy and gratitude. Why are you being so serious? Of course, that's always his message to you, right? Why are you being so serious? Laugh more, enjoy life more, let all that go, let all of that fear go. So that's their message for you, Vrinda. That's why they're showing up in your dream. At least they're getting brave now where they're showing up in your dreams, right? But that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you, Vrinda. All right. So we are going down in order. And I know um, I had a glitch with the sound, so I've restarted. So I'm about an hour and 20 minutes into my second session, and I'm probably going to stay on for 2 hours for this session because I don't know how long I was on the other one anyway. It wasn't very long. But for everyone else, I like to do a public service message. Just let everyone know how the free work is. I go down in order, first come, first serve. I am going off of the previous chat because it closed down, but I grabbed it all in screenshot. So I'm going down in order of those. If anyone makes a donation, I do step out of line to honor that energy exchange. I complete those, I go deeper into those, and then I return back to the free readings, which I usually do one or two cards for the free readings just to try to get through as many as I can. So I'll be on for about another 45 more minutes. So as we get more toward the end of that, I'll tell you more options. I am going to be here again this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, which is in about just a little over 6 hours from now. And then tomorrow morning and tomorrow night as well, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain. So um, hopefully we'll try to get through as many of the free readings as I can for you guys. So yeah, Tanisha, you can definitely donate for a question. So as soon as you do, we'll jump to that. But in the meantime, I'll make the most of the time. And great courts, you are up next. And you want future blessings. Let's see what they have here for you. Well, you definitely have. Oh, right. Yeah, you definitely have some blessings coming in here because you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is new abundance coming in here for you, and the Six of Wands, which is recognition and being seen and recognized. So whether it's work or relationship, whatever it may be, you do have this um, recognition by individuals for things that you've done, things that you've accomplished, and a reward comes in for it too. So whether it's a bonus at work or a award or someone taking you out for dinner because of everything you've done for them, there is this recognition that definitely comes up here, which is like, it's about time. I know, right? But you do so much for people. I'm not surprised, but allow yourself, allow your willingness to receive. Look into your subconscious and go, okay, why do I have trouble receiving from people, right? Because there's a subconscious thing that You know, it's not as outweighed as it used to be, right? It used to be you have to do so much to get so little. Now you just like, instead of 1,000 to 1, it's 100 to 1. So you've been really working on that. There's a little bit more that can be looked at with that. So that's what they have for you, Great Courts. I'm excited for you. Many blessings to you. All right. Up next, Alex, we are to you. So ours current feelings for you. Let's take a look here. Well, there is some change that's happening here. You got 2 5s that are coming in. The 5 of Pentacles is this feelings of abandonment, being left out in the cold, being left behind, feelings of lack. And the 5 of Cups is really a focus on like things like emotions like that, spilled cups, that disappointments and things in their life. So I don't feel, Alex, that I'm like, what did you do to him? No, it's not you. I don't. I feel like this is just their mindset around everything. Quite honestly, I feel like you're just in the mix of um, kind of a poor me attitude that they have, and so they just kind of feel um, like they can't celebrate. If you have something great happen to you, they'd be like, well, it never happens to me. And you're like, oh my God, can you just be happy for me? And then also, you know, they're like, well, I want to go do this. And you're like, well, I can't. How about we do it tomorrow? Why do you hate me? I can't believe you. You know, it's like, it's never, it's so much about them. They're so consumed with their emotions and this abandonment. But I feel like things are changing. The 5s, I love both of those coming in because I feel like they are having some epiphanies. Either they're going to counseling, they're getting some good um, upper drugs from their psychiatrist or their counselor, whatever it is. It's that feeling that I have like suddenly they're making a change, they're making the switch, and you're like, what is happening? Are you on drugs? Because you seem like they're changing. They're able to look and appreciate things, and um, because when they look at you, they only are looking in a mirror. That's why they're feeling this way about themselves. So anything they express is all about them right now, because they're not in a place of seeing things from a higher perspective. So hopefully that makes sense, Alex, that they're just in this low place, but they're, whatever they're doing, they're taking steps to help transform and change their attitude, and they're just have had enough of feeling the way they are. Oh, very good. All right, many blessings to you. I'm very glad to hear that because um, having been there myself before, I almost killed myself once when I was 22, which makes sense because master number 22 is when you really connect to your higher self. But I like that. All right, Pragati, not to you yet. So going in order. If you do want me to prioritize your reading, I do honor donations of any kind. Otherwise, it's first come, first serve. So we'll hopefully get down to you. The list is very long, but I'll continue moving down there. So I appreciate you understanding that. All right. Let's take a look here. It's probably just taking a second to come through here, Tanisha. Let's see. Ah, there it is. That's all we had to say there. Thank you so much. So thank you, Tanisha. And you want to, you probably haven't asked your question yet. I don't see one listed on, yeah, there's not a space for it on the PayPal, I don't think there. So if you want to ask your question, I will pull cards for that. And Soul Meets Zoe, you are the next one up for the free readings after that. So Tanisha, will you get the apartment that you see next Thursday? All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know around this apartment here? That one. Oh, we're in that one. All right, let's see what we got here. It's a lot of cards for a yes or no. Ish. Okay, I like that. All right. Yeah. So this is looking good. You got the 10 of cups, very abundant, overflowing card here. You have the sun, probably the, if not one of the top five most abundant, victorious cards here. And you have the Queen of Cups. They are saying trust your intuition, trust your heart and your guidance in making decisions. So you do get the apartment by these cards here. And you have the Queen of Wands too. You have these two queens and the Four of Swords. Peace of mind, put things at rest, trust your energy, trust your heart. This is your connection to the upper realm, and this is your very intuitive queen. These are the two queens that would very much be about trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust your connection to the higher realm with whatever comes through. So um, I feel like it's definitely a yes. And whatever your spidey sense goes off, though, make sure to trust that, because there is this if it's oh, we'll fix that once you move in, like you're like, get it in writing, right? Get it in writing, and uh trust your gut. You're like, like if they're like, well, we have two apartments, if we have two apartments and that you can choose from, when you go into them, trust your gut. You're like, I want this one because like plumbing goes out and it floods this other one. So whatever it is, trust your gut with all of this, and trust that communication. You have a strong sense of your gut instinct and your intuition. So they're definitely saying trust it, trust it, trust it. But beautiful, yeah. I mean, it's like sun card, 10 of cups, yay. I mean, it brings you a lot of joy around it. So definitely, I like it. So trust your spidey sense for sure. Yeah. Knight of Cups, another movement card. Knight of Cups, movement of emotion. So definitely uh, good news. So I like it for you, Tanisha. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate it. And we send you a loving, housewarming gift of love. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay. Yeah, if that's the one that are wanting. But again, if you're like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And then you're like, and they're like, we have another one that we'd like to show you if you want to see it too. And you're like, yeah. If you feel like, yeah, let me go do it, then go see it. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, yeah, this one instead. Or whatever. But yeah, trust your instinct around it. So I love it. All right. So I don't have any other donations. We'll continue on with the free readings. Many blessings to you, Tanisha. Soul meets Zoe. Will your new business become successful? Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Yeah. I love the messages today. Seven of Pentacles. The fruit eventually grows on the tree. It takes time to grow it, so it will become successful. The Ace of Wands really shows you the power as far as the timing. A lot of it has to do with your energy, right? So whatever you focus on is what grows. The more you focus on gratitude, the more you focus on what you're grateful for with what is happening in your business, instead of going, oh, I'm not to my goal yet, that's lack, right? We grow lack. If we are like, oh, I hate what's going on with my business, we grow more of that. If we have fears around what will leave or come into our business, we attract it or reject it. We're the ones that impact our life so much with our energy. So they like this right here. So that's funny, Tanisha. You're like, oh, I know. So trust it. But I love that for you, soulmate. So very empowerment of how fast it will get to be successful. It will be successful, but the speed at which the plant grows is how much miracle grow you give it and how much sunlight you allow it, and how much you talk to it and pet the leaves of your business. It grows, it grows, it grows. So I like it. So many blessings to you, Zoe. Many, many blessings. All right, Rhonda, you are up next. So will something good come towards you? Appreciate that, Tanisha. I love to hear the results. All right, so will something good come towards you? What do you need to know that you might be missing and need to work on? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what they want you to know here. El numero uno, and all right. All right. I know blessings coming towards you, the Three of Swords. Disappointment, yay! Stabbed in the back, yay! Well, this is more, I feel like what's the combination of these is what's important here, because you have the Star card, wish fulfillment, and really what they'd like you to know that will help you is that the disappointments that you're feeling is because the wish fulfillment that you've been trying to live was not your wish. That's why it's not working out. That's why there's disappointment. That's why there's heartbreak and how things feel like they're falling through, is because it's not your true wish. It's something that you were told before. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations, all those stories that we've been filled with our entire life, that we have trouble sometimes looking beyond them because we've been brainwashed with them and conditioned by it so much of our life that we are like, no, my life has to be this way. This is the way it's supposed to be. And we can get so stubborn in our human mind out of fear. Our little inner child doesn't like to feel unsafe or out of control. It doesn't like change. It likes, I want the same mac and cheese every day for lunch. I don't want it to change. I'm like, well, I have something else that's more nutritious for you. No, I want my mac and cheese. Eventually, spirit will sneak in the stuff along with the mac and cheese. And we start to go, oh, this is good. And then we start to look beyond our restrictions we've had before. So, they're allowing you to see the disappointments that you've had so that you're being more and more in tune and connection with what your true wish is, and you're getting clarity more and more around that as these expectations and these thoughts and these beliefs are being cut away and removed. So I like that. This you have good right now, you know um, and I like that observation, that awareness that they'd like to bring, is that what do you have good happening right now? And you focus on that. What are you grateful for in this moment? Our happiness doesn't have to be when then I can be happy. I can be happy right now for no reason whatsoever, but there's plenty to be grateful for, right? I have clear eyesight in one eye. I might even have clear eyesight in two, or at least I can see. I have one good ear. I have two. I have one good arm. Maybe I have two. I have two good legs. Maybe I have two. There's so much that we just take for granted, right? And then this attitude of gratitude just starts switching things around as well. So that's what they have for you right now, Rhonda. Many blessings. Much love to you. All right, Mira, you are up next. You'd like divine guidance for your love life. So let's take a look here. What do they have here? Well, so you have the Two of Pentacles here and the World card. So with your love life, there is this changing up of things. Your world is about to change. There is this leaving behind of old ways of doing things and moving into new things. The Two of Pentacles is this balancing out of your outside world as well. So when it's coming to love, there it seems like, with this ending and beginning, this leaving behind old things, there is this change that's happening here. Of course, the Two of Pentacles look so much like love, like the Two of Cups card, but this is about, see how it's a butterfly here on between both skulls. There's this transformation that's happening, the ending and the beginning, the caterpillar, the butterfly. There is this changing of how you're looking at love that you're going through right now. And so, one, they're saying allow, a caterpillar, when it goes into the cocoon, it starts to turn into soup. It starts to not deteriorate, but it it changes. It lets go of its boundaries. It lets go of its restrictions to fill the cocoon to start forming the butterfly wings, and it, things need to fall away and change and become broader in order for things to move forward in a place that's more in alignment with what you're wanting. So that's what they have for you, Mira, right now. So many, many blessings to you. LA, you know what? You did not miss your reading. You are up right now. Perfect timing. Dun dun dun. So you want to know what are Arish's next move towards you? And um, are you going to, yeah, yay, going to compromise for this case? Or is it going to ignore you? Okay. So what are Arish's next moves towards you? Okay. And are you going to come to a compromise, or is there going to be a battle? Let's take a look here. So their next moves towards you, you have the King of Cups. It's a balanced, they roll over emotion, but they're also given air. It's a balance between heart and mind. So their next moves towards you are very um they're balanced out. There's emotion in it, but there's also mind in it. And so there's this balance that comes forward here. So I feel like their next moves are, they're not extremely emotional, but they're not just all facty. It's a wonderful combination of it together. As far as, are you going to come to a compromise, or is it going to keep ignoring you? You have the Queen of Wands. And I feel like with this is really this energy, this power. I feel like they're saying that what unfolds has a lot to do with your own energy and what you are focusing on, because the Queen of Wands not only rules over fire, but she also gets water. So she's actually, um, someone who has this wonderful ability to connect to spirit, as long as they build a trusting relationship and trusting their gut and their intuition, right? Not allowing their fears to get involved, because that's where static comes in. When we hear from spirit, is if this gets involved in my readings, I learned that a long time ago. I step away. This is not involved. It's just them coming through. And that's where we have clarity, is when our fear isn't involved at all. But the Queen of Wands also has the Ace of Wands, which whatever she focuses on is what grows and expands. And that's where they're saying, like, your power comes in with them compromising or ignoring, is your energy gets put out into your life, and it like attracts like. So if we focus on what we feel is lacking, if we focus on what is in our life that we don't want, or if we fear something will leave our life, we will actually repel it out of our life. If we fear something will come into our life, we come on in, we draw it in. Our energy expands and grows those things. But your energy, if you switch it into focusing on what you're grateful for in your life or that situation, if you focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, what you do want to have come into your life in a loving way, that grows and that expands. And so I feel like they're saying that this actually could go either way for your life path. It's not set in stone. This particular situation has been allotted this leeway um, to unfold however your energy invites it to. They show me still like this is your life path and it can go off either way, but you end up coming back to where you are fine eventually. It's just the path returns sooner or later with it, but it's not like life, impacting. But that's what they have for you, LA. I like it. So much power that comes in there. You do remind me your energy when I connect to you for your readings. It feels so much like the Queen of Wands, fiery personality. Just a great intuition, a great gut. You when you want something, you zoom in your energy and zap, you make it happen. So I love the energy that comes through. So that is you, LA. Many blessings for you. All right. Next up, we have Approve. Sadani. I'm totally murdered that. I apologize. Hello, and greetings for the day to you as well. Will you be able, let me see here, let me just move over here so I can see the entire question. Will you be able to make a future in the event industry in Kanpur or not? Or should you move out of India for a better future, or is it good in India? All right. So let me move this back here so I can make sure I don't lose where I'm at. There we go. So let's take a look here. Is the event industry the best for you? We'll take a look at that first. Okay, that's that one. All right, I do want those two for that answer. And then in India or out? All right. So let's take a look here about the event industry. Wow, okay. So you do have the 10 of Swords and the Star card. This represents wish fulfillment, and the Sword card here, the 10 of Swords, is about letting go expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and letting the mind go. Really connect with your heart. So I feel like the event industry, I feel like that is something that maybe isn't your dream. I feel like it's something that someone or that you've had given to you over your life on that this is what my dream is. But with that Star guard coming in with the 10 of Swords, it's like the clearing away of expectations around, it's the supposed to's, the shoulds, the need to's, the have to's around your wish. And for me, that brings in this really look into the clarity, try to connect with your heart on what, what would make your heart sing, truly make your heart sing, not your mind. It's very difficult sometimes to get out of your mind and into your heart, your spiritual heart, your higher heart. How do you uniquely want to share your unconditional love inside of you with the world? Because when I asked in or out of India, they're like Page of Swords. We need to go back to the drawing board here. Here's the drawing board, because the Page of Swords is what helps cut away these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that have been keeping you, look at it, it's almost an exact match there, that have been keeping you from realizing your true dream, and out of fear of letting people down, or that there's all these validations of your worth around this, and all of that is confusing and restricting. So Spirit is saying more, try to step away, try to get away if you can, and just go, what if I could do anything without money being a problem, or an obstacle or location or anything? What is it that my heart would just sing out of joy for doing it? And so that is what they have for you, Sadani. So many blessings to you. I know the event industry feels like it's what's meant to be, but look into that and see why. Why do you feel that's meant to be? All right. So that is what they have for you. Up next, we have Bhumika Ranjit Batra. Hello. So which profession should you choose? Should you be a yoga teacher? Will you have success in it? All right. So since we're doing it's 2-card reading. I'm just going to see what they have to say here around your profession here. Yeah, you have the King of Swords and you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups tells me this is nostalgia. Like, what is a dream you had when you were young? Because you had, it's like someone, like you had a dream of what you really wanted to be and do, and someone just took a little pin and popped your bubble. Because the King of Swords is all about the mind. Not only they rule over air, they have they're given, all the kings are given air. So 2 times the mind. There's like all this mind um, has come into like your dream and your profession and you know, the supposed to and the should and the need to and the have to. But I feel like there was something when you were young with that Six of Cups. Like I always wanted to be, like I always wanted to be a ballerina. I didn't, but you know, if someone did that, and they're like, but everyone's like, oh no, you can't do that. You're too tall. You're never gonna be able to be that. And you're like, I'm going to be the first 6'4" ballerina. Look out, you know, because there are the people that have stood out that took no, didn't take no for an answer. They wanted to do something, and I feel like this is what they're wanting to do is try to get out of your head a lot and into whatever this dream was that you were when you were younger, is what they are saying that was put into your heart for a reason. So that's what they have for you, Bhumika. So many blessings to you. Next up, we have Swati Lal Chandani. I probably murdered that as well. No, Niha, you are up, I believe, next. Nope. Vidi is up next, and then you. So you're 2 away. I have not missed you. I know I miss people, so I don't blame you for going, hey, you old man with your eyes going away. All right, so Swati, you are up. Hey, hello, hello. Will you be able to buy a car in the next 6 months? Let's take a look here. All right, let's see what they have to say here. Yeah, yeah, you will. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. The Eight of Pentacles shows that you are, you know, working, you've been working on things. You've been really focusing on your outside world and working towards purchasing a vehicle. And this shows that you will, because you've done the work, things will move forward. It's actually the movement card, which automobiles move too. So I really like that for you. The only thing to be cautious of, you have the Queen of Cups here, which they rule over emotion and they get a second portion of emotion, is to trust your gut and trust your instinct, first of all. So when you're like, I don't know if I want that car, I feel like there's something wrong with it. Trust that. Do not, you know, let that go. Trust your gut instinct. Secondly, don't buy emotionally either. Like, it's my favorite color and it's the car that my, you know, my grandfather had. And oh, I want that. I want it. I want it. But your inner instinct is going, no, don't do it. Lemon, lemon. It's going to break down and there's no warranty and you're going to be out money. You know, trust that, but don't buy emotionally. Do your research, do your work, and things just move forward very beautifully for you. So I like that for you, Swati. So many blessings. All right, Vidi Jalan, you are up. Hello, hello. And so what's happening for you next week? Let's take a look here and see what they have here. All right, none of those. Anything else? It's like there's a bunch of cards we're wanting to come out, but they were like, nope. Okay, here's your 2 cards. So next week, all right. Well, you have some great energy coming in here next week. You have the Emperor, yeah. So the Emperor is really stepping into your power next week. You know, it's normally the number 4. Did it show 4 in here? Yeah, it shows 4 on the sides. So a very solid foundation number, but it also is uh, the Six of Swords here is movement of old thinking to new thinking, movement of your thoughts, movement of your beliefs. And the Emperor is you making decisions. So I like the combination of this because it's really you stepping into your power. You've been hearing a lot of opinion, a lot of suggestions, blah, blah, blah from people. And the Emperor is you stepping into your authority, clearing the throne room from all the advisors. And you're going, now it's time for me to make my decision. And I'm making it based on what I have, um, the my balanced thinking between the higher realms and the human realms, because it's three of one side and three of the other, and so there is this um, contemplation you've been doing. You've really been looking into things, questioning motivations and what you've been wanting. And next week, I feel like you make some significant decisions around that. So I like it for you, BD. That is what they have. So it's very empowering, and I do like it feels positive outcomes, of course, because you are stepping into your authority and your power. And I actually moving to my. I had two print screens from the first session. On the volume had pooped out. So we're making our way slowly here. I am close to the 2 hours. I'm going to go by a little fast. I mean, a little longer here. Let me see here. Sorry, let me just make sure here. How much more do we have here? Sound went out, sound went out. I'm just looking it back up here. Okay, let's look up Blissful. And I know some people are asking, like, who's next? Let me see here. So we have Neha is next, then Queen, Pratik Singh, Biswait Dubois. I probably murdered that. My apologies. Mahipus Ruby, and Blissful. So those are the ones left over from the first chat. So I'm going to try to get through those, and then we'll see where we're at after there. So I do want to thank everyone for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It definitely helps spread the Zen love to the world. It's absolutely free, which is a great price, but it definitely does help spread the love. So thank you for being part of the love tsunami of doing that. All right, so Nea, you want to know what's going on between A and a third party? Ooh. I'm about to find out some tea, huh? Let's take a look here. All right, well, we have the Seven of Pentacles here and the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is, it's like there's these disappointing feelings. There's this, usually there's three cups that are spilt with two cups in the back. And so the three cups here are, this feelings of focusing on feelings of fear and disappointment and just some lower energy emotions. The Seven of Pentacles has been like, this is like something that's been fruit. Normally, like, let me tell you. So one way that you look at the Seven of Pentacles is it takes a long time for fruit to grow. And, so that's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. The other thing is that when fruit is ripened, that it's not what you thought it would be. And I feel like that is what the type of energy that's between them is. Things that they thought would have unfolded or whatever would have felt between them, or whatever their relationship is, it was whatever it was very disappointing. The fruit wasn't what they wanted, and so there's this lower energy around this, lower emotional energy between them. So I don't feel like there's anything going on with them now. I feel like whatever had happened in the past, it's like you you have this tree growing with this fruit, and you're like, oh, what is that? That looks so good. And you bite into it, and you're like, oh my God, this is so sour and bitter. It's like that kind of left a bad taste in their mouth. Um, so whatever they had before, I don't feel like there's anything going on now. I feel like whatever they had, it just was disappointing, and it left a lot of low, emotions. This was for Neha, Neha. So we're finished with that. Thank you so much. That's what they have for you right now. And then we are to Queen. So Queen is up next. Any blessings or good things happening this year? Let's take a look here. Do that one, that one. Oh, so you do have the Two of Cups. So this year you do have a very important relationship, friendship, whatever it is. It can be love, of course, but it also can be like best friend type of thing. Now, Hanged Man it does take time for it to happen here. So I'm feeling more it'll happen in the second half of the year, not really the first half of the year. I just feel like there's this waiting that, that's what the Hanged Man is seeing things from a higher perspective, but it takes time for this to unfold here. So the next couple months is all about you, focusing on you and transforming you. And then boom, and then second half of the year, you do have this significant relationship that, comes in there. So that's what they have for you, Queen. So many, many blessings to you. I like it. I like it. All right, Pratik, thank you so much for your patience. I know it's been a while ago, but free readings, I know it's like standing in line for getting something free at the grocery store or something. The line is long, so that's what they have there. So, Pratik, you will be the next free reading coming up here. We do have Silence Within. Has made a donation. So thank you so much. I will step out and complete this for you. Thank you for your generous donation. Greatly appreciate that. And you want to know what message does Source have for you? I do want to go to this mystical shaman oracle for you first here. And let's take a look. All right. Wow, look at you. Luminous Warrior. Card number 32. Try to get it to focus a little bit. There we go. Love all those colors in there. And let's see what they bring here for you. So the essence of the card, it says the luminous warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. They're impeccable in their word and deed. They focus on their light rather than on what hides in the dark. Since they cast no shadow, they are as radiant as the sun and can transform their most terrible enemy into their ally. Their power comes not from the sword, but from speaking their truth at all costs. Silence within isn't silence on the outside. Whoa. The invitation they give you is that the luminous warrior reminds you it is important to focus on your power, your wisdom, and your beauty. Don't be seduced by what seems wrong with you or with the world. Remember that intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits. Feed your light with more light until you feel truly empowered. Then there will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. Wow. The medicine they offer, they ask, are you being tempted by your emotions to follow your lower instincts? Are you being invited to enter into a quarrel with someone? Put your sword away. This is not a time for battle. Your enemy is not who you think it is. So don't act from a place of anger that will damage your relationships and hurt the ones you care for. Find the truth hiding in your heart that will affirm your instinct for peace rather than for war. I like it. What a powerful message there for you. And we're also going to pull a couple cards here. All right. So we want these two and those three. So let's get some clarity on these as well. Yeah. So you have the King of Cups here. So balancing heart and mind coming into play here, as well as the Six of Pentacles. So balancing heart and mind, balancing giving, and how much you give to the world too. So there is this nudging here of realizing the tendency to overgive, to feel like you have to give so much in order to be able to receive back, right? So there is this clarity that comes in with that, which I like for you. Wow. Yeah, because here's the King of Swords. So you've got the King of Cups and the King of Swords. Put your sword away. But this is beautiful too, because the King of Swords allows you with this Ace of Swords not to attack people with it, but you connect to the higher realms. You really connect with the capital T truths that are rooted in the unconditional love, and it allows you to cut away the fears, the small T truths, those that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. So there's this really, I feel like there's this stepping up, this movement upward that's happening in your life, and you're really letting a lot of stuff fall away that used to matter. A lot of times we'll get into our battles, like we're talking in the card, we'll get into battles when we feel we have to prove that our small T truth of our opinions, rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, are more truer than their small T truths. And it's just opinion battling opinion of the human world, rooted in some sort of fears. But as you connect to this, which what you have been doing for a while, is learning and seeing things from a higher and a higher and a higher perspective, cutting away more and more of these small T truths, where you don't defend your small T truths like you used to. You allow other people to also have their small T truths, and you don't have to convince them, because you know that you're focusing on higher truths that don't need to be defended. And so you allow people to be on their journey as you were. I mean, you're just coming to this wonderful, wonderful place, because with your other cards here, you have the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles was like this journey that's been taking forever to grow, because the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, but you're seeing the fruit now. And you move from the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of the Pentacles, which is this movement in your world. The Eight of Pentacles is you put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, growing and learning. And now you're ready to move from like apprentice to master. You're ready to move up in your world. And this does represent movement in your world coming. So I like this message from Source from you. They're saying you've been, focusing on the higher truths and being willing to let go of things that no longer serve you, not entering into battle when they're egging you on. And, it's like bless your heart. You just go with your little battle. You just so you're okay with allowing things to fall away. And I do love this energy for you. So that is what they have for you right now. Silence Within. Again, thank you so much for your generous donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right. As far as seeing the list, you got the chat is the list, but I'm going off the chat from the session that pooped out on us because the sound went away. So I'm going down that. I'll talk more about those here in a moment as well. But I do have another donation. Thank you so much, KDP. So you're working on getting your mom to the USA, and you have a problem with the passport. Will you be successful? Will she come to the USA? All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know, and any advice around this too that can help Mama come to the USA. All right, nope, none of those. Okay, and one flipped over there. Okay. All right. So I like these coming in here for you. You do have the Five of Swords represents the struggle with the issues that you guys are having, because the Five of Swords. I mean, it represents conflict, right? But you have the Santa Muerta. Here's Mama. But this is death and rebirth. So this is the ending of these things that are coming through here. It allows the a new beginning to happen. Um, the the energy that I'm seeing here, I mean, because you have the Eight of Wands, which is there's a lot of messages that are coming in from Spirit for you guys right now. And I feel like here with the Emperor and the Eight of Wands coming together, this um, energy of stability, of trust, of um, letting go of the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that you get from all the advisors of the human world, because everyone has their opinions, they're rooted in fear, and they're not helpful. What Spirit is saying is, if you can get quiet, if you can clear your throne room of all the blah, 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 you can quiet your mind and you can quiet your heart, take some deep breaths, come out of fear. You can hear the messages from Spirit. They're guiding you. They're letting you know of how to get around the obstacle. But when we're in fear, we're blocking that energy. It's very noisy when we're in fear. But if we can take a hot bath, go for a walk, whatever you do to calm things, when you do that, you're turning down the fear noise, and then purposely raise your vibration to that of the upper world, which is focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace, trust. And then you'll hear the whispers, you'll hear their messages on next steps. Because you do have victory that comes. You have the Ten of Pentacles, abundance in the outside world. In the Six of Wands, when this card popped out, I kind of chuckled, because it's like, here's a parade for Mama arriving. It's like, yay! It's celebration. It's joy. Um, so trust the transformation. Trust that things are unfolding on purpose for a purpose. But to hear of ways that you can have it happen sooner, it's really about the energy, that Eight of Wands. Where are you focusing your energy? When you have that fear so loud, it's almost like if in the olden days in vehicles, um, you had to manually tune to move the knob. And you can't do like a search where it searches and brings in the clear signal. That's wonderful these days. Then, and you can have a like static. That's what fear sounds like. Really loud in your ear, just and as we clear away and step out of the fear, we step into the trust, knowing that everything is going to unfold perfectly and beautifully. Then we're like, oh, now I get your messages. Now I hear what you're saying. So that is what they have for you, KDP. I like it. Mama will be coming. She'll be coming around the mountain. So I like it. So things will soon, yeah, unfold. So you're very welcome, KDP. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So I do go in order. So I know people are wanting theirs now and asking when the next ones are. The free readings do get very long, very fast. So I may not be able to get through all of them. I've been on for over probably 2.5 hours. So I'm only going to be on for a little while longer. I'm finishing up the ones from the last chat, which Pratik, you are up next. And then Biswajit du Way, uh, Ruby, and Blissful. Yeah, I think those are the last ones from the previous session, and then we'll talk more here in a sec. But let me get these done. So Pratik, does Kushi the reunion with you and become your life partner? Okay, so do you have a reunion with Kushi, and will they be your life partner? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, it looks like here, I feel like I had these cards come out too, but there's this balancing out in your life. You have the Two of Pentacles here, which there's this balancing of things in your outside life. The wish fulfillment card comes in here is also about balancing. And I feel like there is this change that happens. Right now, I feel like your life feels out of balance, but there's something that comes in that switches and changes things. But it changes your perspective on what your dream really is. I don't feel like there is a reunion with Kushi, and I don't feel like they're your destined life partner. I feel like the wish that we had before with the star card is like a wish fulfillment card. It's like wishing upon a star. It's like the wish we made upon the stars because at the time we were out of balance in our life. And I feel like there's this balancing, this significant event that's going to be happening in your outside world that just really rights things. It balances things out where you start to see things in a completely different way, and then it changes what your wish is. It's like if you found an Aladdin's lamp on a beach, and I call it the mini genie, and you kind of one wish, and the genie pops up, and they're like, "What's your wish?" And you're like, because you don't realize what's behind you, you're like, you know what? I want to have um, a new car. And they're like, okay, poof, here a car appears. And then you turn around and you have a parking lot full of cars that were offered you already. You're like, no, I ruined my wish on something I already have. It's like that kind of thing where there's this balancing. You're really taking a good look around at your life, and you're really getting a good indicator of it where your wish changes. So I know like you have this attachment, for this individual, but it's because you don't realize what you already do have and what's coming for you as well. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now. So hang in there. Many blessings for you. All right. So next up is Biswajit Dubois. I probably murdered it. Again, I apologize. So which blessings are coming in your life for the near future? Let's take a look here. All right. So I really feel like you have these great opportunities coming up to really work into some deep-seated emotions that have impacted a lot of your beliefs. The Queen of Cups, she rules over water, and she's given a second portion of water, which allows her to dive way, 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 way deep down inside into her subconscious and into, some old suppressed and pushed down emotions. Because, we have one emotion that creates 10,000 thoughts. So if we have a pain when we're younger, we create this whole infrastructure to not feel that pain again. When we have a wonderful praise thing happen to us, we create a bunch of rules to try to make us get that praise again. And when it happens over and over and over, you can understand there's this huge infrastructure of beliefs that aren't necessary anymore. And I feel like a blessing that comes is you really are stepping into your heart, realizing, this night is the movement of thought and belief, that you have this wonderful feeling of freedom that comes for you. So whatever you've have had these like where you felt restricted and caged and haven't been able to move forward, really, this is a time to reflect on that, going, when did I feel that way before? Not when was I in this situation before? when did I feel this way before? Keep looking back because it's going to take you down in there to something that you're just like, oh, now I know why I react that way, or why I have that fear or have all these rules around that because of that. And it just changes things. It releases so much freedom for you. So I really like that for you because that could be around. Um, I mean, it can impact every area of your life. An emotion can roll over into relationship and job and education and body and finances and everything, because an emotion can just roll over into every area of our life. So there's a lot of freedom that's coming. So I like it for you. That's what you have for you, Bijwajit. All right, Ruby, you're up next. So you would like ask feelings and actions of Jong towards you. Let's take a look here. All right. So, as far as feelings, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is about a movement. There is going to be change of relationship here, because the Eight of Pentacles is about, things things being worked on, which then move things along and allow things to move up or out in life. With the Fool card being here, there it can go two ways with this card. Things are not definitely not going to be stay the same. They can't. Um, this both of these combined together, with the Fool card, that's a new journey, a new adventure, a new beginning. The Eight of Pentacles is a new level, in or out. The Fool is a new adventure, a new journey. So I feel like with both of these that there's just um, this change, this movement that's happening, and they're not telling me, is it up or is it out? It can't stay the same. And I feel like maybe this feels familiar. Did they mention this before? But it's yeah, with what's going on, with what has happened, with what's been worked out within each of you individually, things can't remain the same. They either have to move up in commitment and in action and togetherness, or out. And that's what's coming through here. They're not telling me which one it is. Obviously, you know which one it is, because you know where you're at in it. You're like, are you wanting to go further up or out, or do you feel they want to go up? And if like, no, they're kind of fine the way it is, then you're like, guess what? but but I like this for you because with regardless, it's a win-win for you, because it's either going to take it up into this notch of where you're wanting it to be, or if it's not, then you're clearing the space for someone that will in the future. So I do like it in either case for you. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And Blissful, you are up next. That'll be the last one in my screenshots, and then I'll close this out. And again, thank you guys so much for all your patience and all the love and all the thumbs up you've given the video too. It really helps spread the Zen love. So, Blissful, what are your boyfriend's intentions currently? Everything seems sketchy. Okay, let me just refresh these cards real quick. All right. Let's see what this sketchiness is about. So we do have the Three of Cups here. And so when you're talking about sketchiness here, we're talking about relationship. Especially I got this Queen of Pentacles here, which is new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So this energy is about you really focusing on you and focusing on giving yourself the love. You are taking yourself to a new level, because the Three of Cups, when we're asking what's sketchiness in a relationship and we get the Three of Cups, that usually means there's like a third interest in love there. So I feel like maybe they are being distracted or being tempted right individual. And I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, it is you stand up for what you need and what you want, nurture yourself, make decisions for you. And if you're like, you know what, if you have this gut and this mistrust, and it's there for a purpose, um, it's like, okay, I'm going to focus in on myself. I'm going to dive into my intuition, because the Queen of Pentacles rules over earth and the outside world, but she also she has water, which allows her to connect to her intuition. So I feel like if you um, get away from everything and just really connect to your heart as well, but focus in on you. I see where the sketchiness is coming from. It feels like there is this wandering eye, and yeah, it's time to really reflect on what you want for this. So yeah, hang in there, Blissful. I know these are weird situations, but I feel like with your intuition, I just feel like you're just like, yep, I know. I just wanted someone else to reflect it for me, but that's what they have for you. So hang in there, Blissful. Much love to you. Many blessings to you. All right. So let me expand this chat out here, and let's see where we are at. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit here. So what I'm going to do, since I've been on, this is almost 3 hours, for 10 more minutes, I'm going to go into a lightning round and cover as many people as I can here. But before everyone heads out, it looks like there might not be a whole lot of people left here. I'm going to make sure you guys know that I do have a weekly drawing also for giveaway. I have a 1 hour personal recorded reading is what I'm giving away on Monday. And here's the video if you want to check that out. That will tell you how you can sign up for that and get into the drawing. So you still have today and tomorrow to enter. If you want more deeper readings and to get some more information, if you haven't checked out your March reading, I do have them by zodiac sign. And here's the playlist for that. I also have a ton of pick-a-cards available on my main page, covering tons of different subjects. And this one was What New Territory Are You Walking Toward? Is the one that came out this last Wednesday. Also, there's one coming out at midnight tonight. So that's how we have it here. Now, if you are needing answers in this session, if you make a donation, as you guys probably have noticed, I will step out and complete those in this session. Otherwise, I'm going to do a super speed round, get through as many as I can in the next 10 minutes. I will be back this evening in about 5 hours. So you can catch me there. I do put out an announcement an hour before that. So you can actually jump into that in the chat and put your question and to get in line early. So you can definitely do that. I also will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain and tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain. So I'll still be on 3 more times this weekend. So if you wasn't able to get to here, check that out. I also offer personal readings. All that information's in the description box of the video. So if you want to more in-depth readings, you can check that out. It has pricing and how you can book that. I think that's it. So let's do a lightning round here, and we'll try to get through as many as we can here. And let's see here. And I'll try to remember who I already did, because I know when we came back, a lot of people re-put their question. So if I miss it, my apologies. All right, so Cynthia, we took care of you. Ruby, Lucky, Cynthia, Mira, I think we did already. Leo, we did. Stargirl, sounds familiar. Clover. So Clover, will you reconcile with Matei? We have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is this message about codependency awareness. And the Six of Pentacles tells you that you might have a tendency to overgive in relationships. And a reconciliation, really, they're like um, having you focus on where does that come from, dive deep and look into your earlier life on where was it that you felt you had to overgive, like whether it was to parents or grandparents or siblings or friends or teachers or coaches or whoever it is, when you had to dive deep. Sorry, when you had to give a whole bunch to receive a little back. And because there's that out of balance love ratio of you have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. What that does is it creates this feeling of exhaustion for you and then eventually resentment because subconsciously we will not allow people to give back to us. And then when we don't allow them to give to us, what do? Become workaholics, invest their energy there, a hobby, their friends, affairs, whatever it may be. They give their energy somewhere else. So reconciliation, I don't feel would benefit you. I feel like what Spirit is wanting you to do is to really spend some time looking at where in your childhood, usually 7 years old and younger, did you feel you had to overgive? Bring that subconscious rate of love exchange to the surface, to your consciousness, so that you can go click the little edit button in there and get rid of those zeros and make it 1-to-1. Click save, and then it goes back down in, and then your relationships for the future will be one where you will allow people to give to you equally, and it'll be so much different. I almost feel like though there'd be too much um, baggage from what they have done, wherever they express that energy and didn't give it to you, that always would be eating at you. And I feel like you will make this change, you will make this update in your subconscious and your emotional body that will just allow wonderful, wonderful relationship, but not with this one. So that's what they have for you, Clover. So many blessings to you. And Princess Pinky, I think we did that. It sounds familiar. And Ashol, hello. I don't think that doesn't sound familiar. So Ashol, we'll do a quick card here. What are their true intentions towards you right now? You got the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is like new opportunity, new abundance kind of feeling in here. And it feels opportunistic, if that makes sense. It's like it feels like it brings them safety, it brings them security, it makes them feel safe, it's all about them. I don't feel like it's like, oh, I want this. It's all about them and what they can put like what they can stuff in their purse, literally, in this one here. So I feel like that's what they are focusing in on there. Yeah, it does. It just feels very transactional, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you right now, Asho. Right, Clover, we took care of that. And all right, Sunshine, that sounds familiar. Rose, that sounds familiar. Daisy, that sounds familiar. Aditi, that sounds familiar. All right, Jaded, we took care of you. Heather Lawson, that does not look familiar. So you want to know, Heather Lawson, what did Jason want from you, or what was going on with him? Yeah, you're like, I was confused by his behavior. Yeah, your spidey sense was going off, right? And you're just like, I need to step out of this. Yeah. So what did he want from you? What was going on with him here? The King of Swords here, the king, so much in their head around thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations. The Sun card has this Leo energy, which, yeah, I can see where this is confusing because there's a lot going on in their head, but then there's a lot going on in their inner child too. The Leo energy is like subconscious inner child energy, but the Leo is very aggressive, very um, has a lot of fire, has a lot of wanting to be seen, and a lot of energy, energy, energy up front. But with all of this other stuff here, I can see where it's almost like someone with a creepy smile, right? Where they're just like they're grinning, and you're like, I think I've seen this in a horror movie before, and I don't like it. I'm out. So I feel like they had a lot of stuff going on in their mind and in their down underneath the subconscious that was going on that they just need to work on some stuff. But yeah, I am getting total thumbs up on your choice for this. So I wouldn't look back and go, I wonder if I would have. Just they're showing me it like a movie where people are like, I heard a noise in the basement. I'm going to go down there. And you're the person that's like, heck no, I'm not going down there. I am leaving the house. I've seen this horror movie before, and you're stupid if you're going to go down there. And I feel like that's what, what was going on for you. And you're like, you made a good decision. You made a good choice. So I like that for you, Heather. So many blessings for you. All right. Jada Kate, LA, we talked about that. And Love Within. Anything coming out here? Let's take a look. And you got the Six of Wands, which is victory and recognition that's coming in here for you. So I really feel like this is spirit. This is like you, and you're surrounded by your spiritual posse, just announcing their pride and the recognition they have for what you have been doing, what you've been focusing on, the transformations that you've been doing. And even though you've been doing a lot of stuff for a lot of people, not getting a whole lot of recognition from them, they are saying that they recognize you. They're around you all the time. They see everything you've done, and it does not go unnoticed. And they want you to know that. So that's what they have for you right now, Love Within. All right. So info entertainment, what kind of career moving into? You can't decide. Healthcare or hospitality? Let's take a look here. Well, yeah, you have the 8 and the 10 of the wands. A lot of fire that came in here. And I feel like both of these are about an extreme amount of energy. And so they're saying, you know, when we're unsure of what career we want to go into, it's because we haven't found what makes our heart sing yet. And the biggest thing is whatever you feel like when you wake up in the morning, you'd be like, oh, I can't wait to go. I'm so excited. That is the career of choice. Our mind will have, well, this or this or this will bring me money, security, blah, blah, blah. But you wake up in the morning going, how many times can I hit the snooze alarm before I have to get out of there? I mean, that's what they are having you focus on right now, is what brings you the most energy and the most feelings of, just joy and overflowingness. So that's what they have for you, info. That's the 411 for you. All right. Let me see here. So we answered Elisa and VD. Hey, Hemant. I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. You're probably not even here anymore. So VD, we took care of that. We took care of that. We took care of that. Appreciate your patience as I'm scrolling down here. All right. Avni Mahayan. You asked, what are the news current feelings and next actions towards you? So we'll pull a card here. So we have the 8 of Pentacles here. And so I'm not getting like a ton of feelings with this card. We're just doing like quick one card readings for just for the next couple minutes here. But this is movement in the outside world. So I feel like there will be actions towards you. But the feelings are, it feels Pentacles are very earthy and very down to earth. I just don't feel like they are this overly emotional type of individual. The Pentacles, the moving forward, this type of energy feels, I don't say transactional for them, it just feels like they're making plans and they're moving forward with things. It's like they emotions come later. I need to get this stuff done in an order, if that makes sense. They're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have emotion, but I just can't express it right now. I got this to do and this to do and this to do. I've been doing all this work. And these things are unfolding. I feel like there's a lot going on in their outside world, like a lot of movement of things, a lot of moving parts. And so I feel like you're part of the moving parts, but the emotions I feel like that you're wanting aren't going to be there for a while because they're so engaged in their outside world, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, Avni. Hopefully you come back to get that one. All right, so continue here. Alex, we took care of that. All right. Tanisha, we took care of that. Love Within, we took care of that. All right. Sorry, I'm just reading here. Okay, so Payu, you look like you retracted your question, so I don't know what your question is. We'll continue moving down here. All right, so Janat Lamy, you want to know, is there any future with Aries or should you move on? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. We've got Ace of Swords coming in here, which would be newness, new ways of looking at things. So this would be for me, it's to move on. It's let go of, and move forward. Ace is new. So it is a newness. And I feel like there will be new communication coming in from someone new that you'll interact with and come into that with. So I do see that as, yeah, I don't see a future with Aries. I would move forward. The Ace of Swords also cuts away things, so that is cutting away. Cut the cord, and let's move forward. Yeah, I like that for you. Something much more in alignment with you. All right, there we go. Hi, Payu. All right, so you are too. Are you too nice to people? Why do you feel guilty every time that you do things for you and not for them? Oh, okay, I hear you. Let's take a look here and see what they have here. Yeah, Seven of Wands. I feel like you have this type of belief and this guilt from other people. The Seven of Wands represents someone who is up on a hill, and other people go, "Why do you get to be happy and we don't?" Whoa, they feel low about themselves. So I feel like you had a lot of people put a lot of guilt trips on you when you were young growing up. Whenever you try to do something for you, it was always, well, you need to share, you need to help with other people. And so you have all these beliefs about you don't deserve to receive something. And you always had to give so much to other people when you were growing up, that's just this subconscious rate of love exchange that you have deep inside you. And you're like, oh, wow. So this is where this comes from. This is where it can change. So if you look back in your earlier childhood and go, who was it that always had to do so much to get so little as far as love and attention? Usually it's going to be 7 years old and younger. When you bring that, oops, okay, good, it didn't disconnect. When when it comes forward, when you bring it up out of your subconscious, it helps solve that. It helps you go, oh, because it comes into your conscious mind. And then you realize, I deserve this love. I deserve this. And so these thoughts and beliefs that were formed all that time, you just uncondition them. You replace them with beliefs knowing that the greatest gift you can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing you. And that when you give out of guilt, you end up feeling resentful, you end up feeling exhausted, and you're not giving the best version of you to the world. So now you can give yourself, permission to give to you. You, out of anyone, deserve it, right? And you can let the guilt go, knowing that when people blah, 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 that's about them feeling low about themselves. It has nothing to do with you. So I like that for you, Pio. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So we took care of Jeanette. And that's a repeat. Right. So that one was done there. I think I'm getting closer and closer to the bottom here. I did want to try to get through as many free readings. And I know that some of them are very short. So please come back or check out some of my recorded readings too. I think that we did that. We did that. Okay, so Omni, we did take care of you. Oh, I think we're almost to the bottom. Yeah, info, you did get one, so can rewind a little bit here. I'm not sure exactly when, since I've been on over 3 hours, but it's definitely within, I think, the last 30 minutes or so. But that is everyone. Yay! So thank you guys so much for all your patience. I will be back in about 5 hours. I will put out the announcement in about 4. So if you want to get onto the early list, you can do that. But thank you again for all your love, all your support, all the thumbs up. Whether you're watching this on a replay, it still helps. I thank you guys so much just for your thirst for hearing from spirit and for searching after the spirit world. I'm always blown away by all the love energy I feel. And thank you guys again so much. Please know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, have a great rest of your day or rest of your night, wherever you're out in the world. And we'll see you soon. Until then, much love to you, and you take care.